When I was a screenwriter in the film industry in the US, I spent months and even years sometimes writing and rewriting the same movie script. And looking back at that, while it did make those individual scripts better, because I was so just doing one and not really creating new works very often, overall, my skill set writing, storytelling, didn't develop as much as it could have in the amount of time, in that same amount of time, if I had produced more work. And it's not so much about producing more work, it's about doing more work. And the more you do, the better you get at it. But I, was just focused on the one. And basically lately, I've been doing a lot of different content and focused much more on quantity and producing a lot more quicker. And what's really helped me do that is AI tools. So in this video, I'm going to get into that whole thing, how I'm using AI tools, how it's really helped me to make work faster, but also develop my creative skill set. Obviously, you can just tell ChatGPT to write a bunch of stuff and you can produce stuff all day, every day, but that's just from ChatGPT. You're not developing your own creative skill set if you're not doing stuff also. So that's what I'm getting into this video. And so, yes, I came from this background of just spending a lot of time on one story, right, writing movie scripts. And then after COVID shut down the film industry in 2020, started looking around for something else to do and knew that I needed to build my own personal brand online. And I hadn't done that in the film industry. I'd just done in-person networking. And so I didn't have a online personal brand, and I barely used social media. I didn't have much presence at all. So I tried different stuff, different platforms, and basically either I wouldn't be outputting enough content because obviously you got to put out a lot to get anywhere on social media, or I would just burn out because I was doing too much. I was writing 4 tweets a day for a long period in 2021 and just burn out. So basically what I decided to do a couple months ago is make these kind of videos where I'm just sitting down and talking, so it doesn't take any kind of setup or anything. Like you can see, this is not great production value. Just sitting down, talking to the camera, and no script, no outline. That was the first month. First 30 days, I just sat down, thought of a topic, and started talking, and talked for like 12 to 20 minutes, 25 minutes maybe for some of them. And the point was, I'm just focused on quantity, not quality at all. I just want to put something out every day and just get used to making a video every day. And then also, I want to get all my thoughts out because I didn't know, and I'm still figuring out exactly what my personal brand is or could be. So I'm also using the process as like a brain dump. So I'm just getting out all my different ideas about different stuff. And so after a month, I then took all the transcripts from that month and I put them into an AI, Claude, which is like ChatGPT if you haven't used it, and asked it to organize my thoughts and create a framework for the different stuff I was talking about in those first 30 videos. And then it gave me a framework and hitting the major ideas and themes and topics that I kept talking about that kept seeming to come up and how they could tie together, which is obviously important. And then I said, okay, now give me the next 30 days, give me topics for the next 30 days. It gives me topics for the next 30 days, videos, again, based on all the stuff that I had been talking about already, not just random topics. And then each day I would ask it to give me an outline for the video for that topic, right? But I would also have my past transcripts in the prompt so that it would create these outlines, but it was all based on stuff I had said. So all the ideas and topics and stories and all that on the outline were from my transcript. So they're all from me. So that's really important, is that when you're using the AI tools, that you're giving it stuff so that it can use your personal stuff, your personal ideas, and not just pull from its database of stuff that from all over the internet that it has. And so point being is that I can now do a video every day and I have an outline and all that, but I'm not spending a ton of time thinking about what the video is about, writing out an outline and all that, I did this process by just brain dumping every day, and which didn't take any, more time than just the time of recording, and then putting into AI and writing, and then having them make outlines every day. And again, that takes, it takes seconds. So that's the key thing here, is that in order to keep producing this content without spending all day and burning out, I'm using the AI tools, and it's making the whole process quicker and easier. And this is the main point of this video. And then, so I did that for the next 30 days. And then I'm now in like day 70. So I'm like kind of 10 days into the third month. And for this month, again, same process, but I said, okay, I want to try an AI theme this month. So taking all my transcripts, and AI was one of the things that I would mention a bunch, but also all this other stuff with all the filmmaking, creativity, storytelling stuff. And just like I do a lot of inner work, personal development. And so that kind of stuff would come up, talking about perfectionism, imposter syndrome, those kind of issues that a lot of us face. And so that was a lot of stuff. That was a lot in there also. And then I basically, like I said, after COVID shut down the film industry, I basically started over at age 40. And I moved from Los Angeles to Bali. I've been living in Bali now for the last 2+ years. And so that was another big theme, is like starting over around age 40 later. And because I see that a lot of people more and more people are going to do that, because people are going to lose their jobs from AI because of AI tools. And so they're going to need to start over. And that's another big motivation for me to talk about this stuff, to help people so they don't get replaced, or they're able to leave whatever they're doing and do something else with AI, because everybody's going to need to use AI tools to be able to compete and work in this new future that we're entering now. So anyway, for this month, I said, okay, I want an AI. Every video has to be connected to AI, but use all my, transcripts, my ideas, so not just make some random AI topics. And so this is an example, obviously, of one that I'm talking about right now, and that's going to be this month. The bigger point I'm trying to make, first of all, I think this is a good process for anyone to do, like exactly what I said. And I actually have got a couple friends doing it, because it's like, first you just brain dump by talking, right? When you're writing, and I'm a writer, right, there's a lot of thinking and filtering that goes on. But if you're just talking and you're just going, there's just less filtering, and there's less thinking and restricting. In other words, restricting your ideas. There's just dumping the ideas. If you treat it like that, if you're not trying to be perfect about it, if you're just treating it like a dump, like I did for the first 30 days, as I said, then the AI helps you to create some kind of cohesive framework, and pulls all this random stuff that you said and organize it well. And then it becomes much clearer to you what your major ideas and themes are that you care about, want to talk about, have knowledge and expertise to share about, all that. And then you can go from there. And so you don't have to keep making videos if the videos are not your thing for whatever reason. But like, I have a friend that I am getting to do it because he wants to write a book, but he was having trouble just writing, getting even going with an outline or whatever, the beginning. He's not a writer. He just wants to write a book about his life experience. And so I said, do this. And then if you talk, just make a video every day for a month and talk about all the stuff he wants to put in the book, then put into the AI, the transcripts, and the AI will create the outline for the book. And so he's doing that. In other words, this kind of process, it doesn't necessarily have to be in order to make a YouTube channel. It's more just about the brain dump. And it doesn't have to be video, by the way. If you're not uploading it online and you just want to do it as a brain dump, it can just be audio. You just talk into an audio recorder and then put that into any tool that does transcripts, and then put the transcripts into an AI tool. Like I said, I prefer Claude for most use cases now. Like for me, what I do, writing and all that, and I think it has a better command of narrative and storytelling. But ChatGPT obviously also is really good for this kind of thing. And anyway, but the bigger point is about the AI tools help you to produce more work faster. and then you're doing more different things, like different videos or different pieces of writing or whatever, stories, whatever the case may be. And by doing more, you get better quicker by doing more things. There's only so much, and I realized this, I learned this the hard way in looking at my life in hindsight. There's only so much you can get better rewriting the same story and apply the story to anything you're working on, reworking the same piece. And a lot of us are perfectionists. I certainly am. And I want to make each piece perfect. And so then got to keep working on it, especially we're talking about a movie script. That's quite a long piece. And so that can go on, like I said, for years. But it's just limited how much better you can get. And again, and every project that you're working on, the biggest reason and the biggest outcome for you to focus and value for every project is how much better you get from doing it. It's all about you getting better. Don't focus as much on the outcome of the project itself, meaning does it make money or get views or whatever the case may be. That is less important than you getting better while you're doing it. And so I'm just emphasizing that the more different pieces of work you do, the better you will get overall in the same amount of time as if you just spent it all on one project. And using AI tools really helps, because if I had to do all this without AI tools, like this process that I was saying, I would have had to go through 30 videos and made notes and created an outline and try to make the outline myself. And then for each video, making a new outline for each video, that would take a lot of time. And then I'd probably stop doing it because it would just be taking too much time out of my day. Whereas this process doesn't, so I can make a video every day and it's no sweat. It's not an issue. It's very easy. I'm spending whatever it is, half an hour total, basically. Making the outline takes a minute, then recording the video itself, and then I make a thumbnail using an AI tool. I usually use DALL-E within ChatGPT to make a thumbnail, and then just uploading it and everything. And so this whole thing is 30 minutes or so out of my day, and that's doable. That's sustainable, right? Not much time. Take this to anything, right? Take this to anything you're doing. It's not just about making videos, but the point is to using the AI tools to make more stuff quicker and just with less time taken out of your day. But I just want to emphasize again, this is the end of the video, I'm wrapping up here, but I want to emphasize again what I said in the beginning, which is it's not just about using AI tools to output anything fast. If the AI tool is doing it all, right? If you're having very little input into what the work is or the output, and it's just the AI tool and you're just putting in a little prompt each time or whatever the case may be, that is not the point. That's pointless, actually. You're just essentially wasting your time because you're not getting any better, and the work itself is generic from the AI tool, and it's the same that it's putting out for a bunch of other people because you're not putting enough of yourself in it. And so that's going to go nowhere, and that's just going to be a sea of mediocre content and communication and even thinking because of whatever you input affects your thinking. So don't do that. You have to put enough of yourself, enough of your ideas, perspective, opinions, feelings, stories into whatever you're doing, but using the AI tool to make it fast, make it easier, make it quicker. But it's got to be your work. It's got to be enough of you that only you could create the output with the help of AI tools, but it still could only be you at the helm that actually creates that output, creates that work. If someone else can create the same thing with the same AI tools, then don't waste your time. You have to put enough of yourself that it can only be you, and that first and foremost, you get better, right? If you're developing your creative skill sets, and that's the most important thing. And then second of all, the work will be unique and stand out and go somewhere. Whereas if it's just generic AI output, it's going to just go into this ocean of mediocre content that is crashing down upon us now, or it's growing now, but it's just going to explode. And there's just going to be so much AI generated crap out there. Use the tools, but develop your creative skill set and input yourself into the work. Thanks for watching, and tune back in tomorrow for the next video.